चमका फिर आसमाने मशरिक पे नाम अहमद, मगरिब में जगमगाया माहे तमाम अहमद.
Welcome to Vancouver, a city known for its utter beauty and stunning views. A landscape varying from high peaking mountains to a glistening blue ocean. There is no doubt that this is a city full of beauty and wonder. However, for a very long time, there seemed to be something missing from this scenic landscape, a void which had to be filled. Now, more than a decade later, that void has been filled. After all those years of waiting, the people of Vancouver are finally tasting the fruit of their patience, as they have added a new addition to the landscape of Vancouver. Let us take you on a journey to see how this all began to the present-day results. This, of course, is the story of Baitur Rahman.
This mosque has taken us 16 years of waiting. When Sayyidina Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Rabi, may Allah have mercy on him, visited Western Canada last time, Baitur Rahman Khan Sahib requested Huzur to permit him that he and his family build a mosque in Vancouver. At that time, we were having a school building used as a mosque. Huzur graciously approved his request, but added that the other members of the Jama'at would also be permitted to contribute.
The land which the new mosque was to be built on was purchased by the Vancouver Jama'at in 1995. This 3.8-acre land was to be converted from a school to a mosque. In 1997, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Rabi Rahmullahu Ta'ala alayh expressed his own desire that a mosque be built on this property. The blessings of Khilafat continued to be showered on the Vancouver Jama'at, as in 2005, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Khamis, Ayyadahullahu Ta'ala bin Nasril Aziz, graced Vancouver with his presence.
In 2005, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the Fifth, he came and he laid the foundation stone of this mosque. And then permit was given to us in 2006, but due to some certain circumstances, it was not built in during that period, and the permit was expired.
With this new setback, the Jamaat began reviving the mosque project, the first step of which was to come up with a new design for the mosque in order to fit the needs of the Jamaat within its budget. For this task, a new architect, Scott Campbell, was hired.
I was very honored to be part of this project. You know, this is why I became an architect, is to have the chance to do projects like this. You know, something that is very meaningful to a community, and something that's very different and very inspirational for me. And in all the many meetings that we've had, it was described to me that the desire was a building that was elegant, beautiful, but simple. So that was really the driving force behind the design. Doing something that is contemporary, but something that still is inspirational to kind of the historic Islamic architecture.
With the new design in hand, the Jamaat went back to the city to seek new building permits.
The first building permit, that had expired. The first development permit had expired. So we were starting all together again when we started this project. So they were very helpful. They said, well, a lot of the process they shortened. They said we don't have to take the project to the council and a public hearing. And on the same basis, we got the building permit approval. And this is because everybody in the city was very, very cooperative and very, very helpful to us.
Having revived the building permits, construction of the new mosque began. This long-awaited project was finally coming into fruition, fulfilling the initial desires of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Rabi Rahmullahu Ta'ala alayh.
The design of the mosque is very modular. It has very clean and neat edges and lines, so it gives it a very sophisticated and clean look. It's not complicated. It's very easy on the eyes, with having very dominant features like the minaret and dome and the mihrab, which are all which look very alike, and they made of reflective aluminum. So those are some of the underlying characteristics of the architecture.
The Baitur Rahman Mosque consists of the main ground floor and a partial second floor. On the first floor, at the very heart of the mosque, is the prayer hall, which has a capacity of up to 1,000 people. The hall can also be divided by a flexible partition in order to make room for both men and ladies. Adjacent to the prayer hall is a multi-purpose hall, also holding up to 900 people. This hall can be used for athletics, symposiums, banquets, and other various uses, along with serving as an extension to the prayer hall. Another unique aspect to this mosque is the funeral preparation room. There are also 3 classrooms, a daycare, as well as a library. On the second floor, there are various Jama'at offices, as well as 2 residences. With the Baitur Rahman Mosque finally completed, the Vancouver Jama'at and the people of Vancouver are looking forward to the immense blessings and changes that this mosque will bring with it.
We would have a self-speaking symbol of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in this part of the world, in British Columbia, and inshallah its minaret would radiate the positive introduction of Islam right from its opening. We are anticipating regular visits of large groups of students from colleges, universities, high schools, and in addition groups of various professionals from police force, from armed services, who would come to visit the mosque to acquaint themselves with the beliefs and values of the Muslims. So we are going to have a big positive change in the activities of the community on the completion of this mosque, inshallah.
The impact of this mosque can already be seen, especially through those who worked in building Baitur Rahman.
So interesting is the way the community rallied around the project and provided really the energy and the will for the project to happen. I think what happened through the course of the almost 2 years that we were working together, I think we all created a real bond in terms of understanding each other and finding, you know, that level of mutual respect and working together really to solve, you know, the problem.
Amongst all the blessings of this mosque, one of the greatest is the fulfillment of a prophecy of the promised Messiah, alayhi salam.
I shall cause the message to reach the corners of the earth has been seen by us. As you can see, in many ways, British Columbia is one big corner of the earth, and completion of an Ahmadiyya Muslim mosque, a magnificent landmark on the banks of Fraser River, is another fulfillment of this prophecy. It would become a beacon of light for not only Vancouver but the whole of British Columbia in introducing the peaceful message of Islam to not only those people who visit, but those who watch it on the media as a new beautiful landmark added to the landscape of Vancouver.
मग़रिब में जगमगाया माहे तमाम अहमद तकबीर हज़रत मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा गुलाम अहमद की इस्लाम अहमद
I think that really like my connection to God, right? This is the only reason I joined the Ahmadiyya Jama'at, right? And from the very beginning is like through my study and you know, my own logic. I guess not only just my own logic, right? From my study, I realized that my only way I was going to get to my Creator, right, was through this Jama'at, right? There was no ways around. There was no like, I'm going to go do this on my own. It was required for me to go through Ahmadiyya. So I would say that, you know, I did this seeking God, right? And you know, alhamdulillah, you know, every step of the way I feel like, you know, I'm getting closer or understanding more, right? And like I'm still changing myself. And so I say this is a real relationship with God is the most important thing I get from Ahmadiyya. True dreams, right? Acceptance of prayer. Like, I mean, like even a Christian, like we pray, right? You know, sometimes it hits, sometimes it's not. It was like throwing a dart. It was acceptance of prayer to such an extent I realized that God, he wasn't just hearing my prayers, he was conscious of my thoughts all day long, which was kind of like a shaker-upper.